Welcome everyone. As promised in my last video, this doll project is super out of my comfort zone. I was invited to join a collaboration with only one rule. We must use an LOL Surprise OMG Doll as the base. Make sure you check out all the other dolls and videos that make up this collab. There are so many cute girlies to see. I was lucky enough to be joined by the amazing Jackie O, Josephine's Creatures, Blank Space Dolls, I Could Do That, The Dolly Geek, and Kira's Workshop. I had planned on using this tanned Marie Antoinette inspired doll as my base, and just doing some experiments on this paler doll first. However, all my experiments turned out to work pretty well, so I ended up using this girl as my base. I start by sanding off the very intense eye and eyeliner sculpt. I first go in really hard with my Dremel to even out all the bumpiness in her eyes, and then off camera I use different grits of wet sandpaper to get the finished product nice and smooth. With the eyes all gone, I'm free to sketch out her new face. Since this is my first time working on an LOL doll, I sketch out a lot of the face in white watercolor pencil first to make sure I get all the shapes and proportions correct before going in with darker and more vibrant colors, which would be harder to remove if I messed up. Once I know I'm happy, I can go in and start bringing her to life with color. My design for this doll really went on a big journey. I was originally going to go with something more classic me, inspired by a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. But the more I looked at the LOL doll, the more I realized that this was such a good opportunity to push myself to do something totally different and new for me. I had never done anything of this style before, which is borrowing a lot from Japanese fashion cultures like Decora and also from the wonderful shapes and colors of anime art. Since I didn't end up using the original LOL doll that I got for this project, she will just be waiting in my stock box until I give her a makeover. And I'd love to know what you think I should do with her. Would you like to see an LOL doll with a fairy tale concept, or should I keep exploring this new cute and colourful style? Please let me know what you think in the comments, I can't wait to read them all. I keep building up the colours of her face, including adding pink to her lips and blushing her cheeks, nose, chin, and forehead. And of course I add some blush to the little tips of her ears. And then it's just more layers of MSC spray varnish and building up colour with my watercolour pencils. Once I'm happy with the base colours, I can start adding depth and shading with chalk pastels. To maximise the cute factor, I decide to colour in some of the catch lights. I think the end result is really fun. I kind of imagine this character as a little schoolgirl who got lost on a trip to space, and so she has the reflection of this fantasy outer space sky in her eyes. For this doll, I am bringing back a technique I haven't used for ages. I've recently been using acrylic paints to add opacity to all the colours of the face up, but I decided to pick up the pigment from my black watercolour pencil instead, which allows for a bit more control and wiggle room while painting the delicate lines of her eyelashes. I do the same for the white highlight details, but do go back to my trusty acrylics to paint the colourful accents in her eyes. I want her eyes and lips to be super glossy, so I go in pretty hard with some gloss varnish. However, that wasn't quite shiny enough for me, so I actually end up doing a final coat over her eyes with UV resin. I also use resin to add a thick glossy texture to her tears. I try to dome the resin as much as possible to make the tears really 3D. And with that, her face up is all done. I knew I wanted to give this cute character lots of pink accessories and details, so I tried to create a base outfit that would contrast that really nicely. To give a nod to her subtle space theme, I wanted to use this adorable cow print fabric that I had in my stash. I also found this pastel teal fabric with matching yarn that I could use for her hair, and they both matched perfectly. And so I had found my colour scheme. I create a cute little schoolgirl outfit in my black, white and teal palette, adding velcro pieces in the back as closures. I mix up the perfect teal colour to paint these shoes to match, covering the original blue colour but leaving the black as it is. While I have the paint on hand, I also give her a matching manicure. I have these polymer clay slices which will become like little clips and badges for this girl. Seeing how glossy her eyes and tears were, I knew I wanted to keep the shine going throughout her design. So I decided to dome some resin over all the clay slices. I do a few batches of plain resin and then also do a few covered in glitter. Any schoolgirl on a trip to space would need a really good backpack. I wanted to make a sweet little pink teddy bear design, so I trace out all my pattern pieces onto some fluffy pink fabric. I then turn each piece right way out, except for the headpiece. With the headpiece still with right sides facing in, I sew along the seam, adding in the ears pointing downwards, looking like they're totally in the wrong place, but once I flip it right way out, I can see the cute little ears perfectly where they should be. I take some yarn fluff that's left over from the hair you'll see me give this doll later in the video, and use it to stuff the teddy bear so he looks nice and plump. I then sew all the legs and head onto the body, and our little pink dude is all complete. I cut out this super weird bendy shape, which will become the base for her backpack. I fold the long sections down and glue them, creating the straps. I can then glue the teddy bear onto the middle section. Now it's time to decorate. I use the same rule as when decorating a Christmas tree, always starting with the biggest pieces and then filling in the caps with the smaller ones. I add these 3 big charms and then continue to glue on the resin covered clay slices that we made earlier. I wanted to add this Game Boy keychain to her backpack, but before I do that, it needs a good dose of decorating as well. Time for her hair. I, for some reason, really struggled with the hair on this doll. You can see the paint job on her scalp is pretty dodgy, and that is because I had glued on a full set of hair twice before, and both times I wasn't happy and ended up ripping all the hair off her head. Getting a bit frustrated, I decided to change techniques and use my favourite fabric glue to add the brushed out yarn directly onto the scalp without making wefts first. I'm actually really happy with how this technique worked out. I've seen other doll artists glue hair straight onto the head before, but they usually use a slow drying white glue, which I have tried in the past but hasn't really worked out for me. The fabric glue I'm using here dries really fast, but not so fast that I can't work with it. So actually I had a really easy time with the process. At this point the hair is almost done, but there is still some visible glue right at the top. So I did make just 2 wefts, which I folded and pressed with a hair straightener, and I will glue on to create a part line. I tie her hair into low pigtails and start decorating. I wanted to push myself to create a very maximalist design in this doll as a whole. So I told myself more is more and start gluing charms to her hair. With this final touch, she's all done. Don't forget to check out all the other amazing dolls in this collab. They're all super sweet and colourful, and I've linked all the channels in my description below. Without further ado, I present my first ever LOL doll. I hope you love her.
Wait, you can make gold?
Thank you so much for watching. Your support means so much to me. Make sure to like the video if you like it, and leave a comment below. I read every single comment. Subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and I'll see you next time. Have an awesome day.